The night was supposed to be quiet in the neighborhood where Cha Eunwoo's family lived. The house that had been known as simple, closed, and away from the spotlight suddenly turned into the center of attention they had never imagined before. Not because of the television cameras, not because of the crowd of media crews who shouted the name of the actor, but it's because the hundreds, if not thousands of text messages that go endlessly to Cha Eunwoo's family's phones, every day, every hour, every minute, talk about the same thing: tax money. But what keeps everyone silent is not that sensitive topic. Not anger, not guilt, not anger. Support, prayer, and encouragement came. Something I never even imagined would come up in a storm of issues of this magnitude. It all started with a quick message on social media. An anonymous post mentioned Cha Eunwoo's name in the context of a major artist's tax liability in South Korea. There are no clear accusations, no exact figures, just deliberately ambiguous pieces of sentences. But in the digital age, one ambiguous sentence is enough to spark thousands of speculations. Cha Eunwoo's name instantly became trending. The comments section exploded. Discussion forums are full of assumptions. And somehow, Cha Eunwoo's family's contact number was also scattered. From that day on, Cha Eunwoo's family life changed. Early in the morning, before the sun really rose, her mother's cell phone was ringing. 1 message, 2 messages, 10 messages, dozens of messages. The content is almost the same, but it comes from people who do not know each other at all. Stay strong. We believe in you. Don't listen to rumors. Cha Eunwoo grew up well. We know this family is honest. His mother thought it was a mistake. But when the messages didn't stop until nightfall, she realized the world was talking about her son, and strangely, the world was protecting him. Cha Eunwoo's father, who had been known to be quiet, had been silent for a long time, staring at a cell phone screen. There was a message from a fan in his 50s who wrote at length about how Cha Eunwoo became the reason his daughter regained confidence. There are messages from overseas students who even write in makeshift Korean just to say that they believe Cha Eunwoo couldn't have done such a despicable thing. There is also a short, simple, but piercing message: good parents will give birth to honest children. In the midst of the issue of tax money, which is usually synonymous with public anger, a wave of unreasonable empathy appears. The neighbors began to notice something strange. Every day, couriers come to deliver small packages, not fancy gifts, but handwritten letters. Some contain prayers, some contain personal stories, others just one sentence: "We are with you." Even a neighbor claimed to see Cha Eunwoo's mother shed tears while reading the letters on the porch of the house. Even more surprising, most of those messages don't discuss tax money at all. They did not ask for clarification, demand no explanation, not pressing. They just ask about family, ask if they're okay, remind to eat regularly, reminding to stay healthy. "Why do you encourage us when we are not truthful?" wrote the mother in a short reply message to one of the senders. The answer came quickly and left him speechless for a long time. "Because we don't see the numbers. We see humans." Meanwhile, Cha Eunwoo himself was in the most difficult position. Outside the house, his name is disputed. Inside the house, his family tries to look strong. He called his mother almost every night. Not much to say. Sometimes it's just asking if her mother's cell phone is still ringing. Sometimes it's just silence, listening to the breath on the other side. "I'm fine," his mother said one night. "Don't worry. Good people are taking care of us." That sentence made Cha Eunwoo speechless. For the first time since the issue came up, she cried. Not out of fear, not out of distress, but out of emotion. She realizes that no matter what happens, her family is surrounded by the love of people they've never even met. The media began to smell this oddity. Usually, the issue of celebrity tax will trigger a major outcry. But in Cha Eunwoo's case, the opposite is true. The comment section is full of defense. Hashtag support popping up. Even some social observers called this phenomenon the most unusual public reaction in the history of Korean celebrity scandals. One well-known sociologist said in an interview, "This is not about taxes. It's about a moral reputation that's been built up over the years." The public felt they knew Cha Eunwoo not by numbers, but by his attitude. At home, Cha Eunwoo's family begins to do something they've never done before: read the messages together. Every night, they sit in the living room, reading out the messages that came in that day. Sometimes laugh because of funny messages. Sometimes cry because the message is too sincere. Sometimes they are silent because they don't know what to say. There was one message his father kept in mind. The message came from a person who claimed to have worked as a tax officer. It is short but firm. If one day the truth comes to light, remember that you have already gone through the darkest nights with your heads held high. Day by day passed. The issue of tax money is still being discussed, but the tone is changing. No longer an accusation, but a wait for official clarification. And behind the scenes, Cha Eunwoo's family keeps receiving messages that never stop, as if the world wants to make sure they don't feel alone. The strangest, as well as the most moving, is the fact that none of the messages asks for anything in return. Not asking for photos, not asking for autographs, not asking for confession. They just want to give. In the end, Cha Eunwoo's family realizes something they will probably never forget in their lifetime: that in the midst of even the most sensitive issues, there are still people who choose to believe, not judge. And perhaps that's the reason why to this day, the cell phone in Cha Eunwoo's family home still keeps ringing. Not as a sign of stress, not as a threat, but rather as a reminder that in a cruel world, there is still room for warmth, even when the topics discussed are money, taxes, and rumors that can destroy anyone. But for Cha Eunwoo's family, all those messages have changed their meaning. They are no longer messages about issues. They are invisible hugs that come from thousands of hands, keep them standing, keep calm, and keep believing that the truth, sooner or later, will find its own way. The following nights were even quieter, although the cell phone at Cha Eunwoo's family home never really stopped vibrating. There is an irony that is difficult to explain. In the midst of the hustle and bustle of the issue of tax money that continues to roll out there, inside the house actually grows a strange calm, as if the storm chose to go around them without actually entering. Each message that arrives carries almost the same tone, but it always feels different. Some write in formal language, as if they were sending an official letter. Some write in a very personal style, full of typos, but honest. There are even messages from overseas fans that are auto-translated. The sentences are stiff, but the meaning penetrates the heart. "We don't know the full truth," someone wrote, "but we know who Cha Eunwoo has been all along." His mother began to keep the messages, not for fear of losing evidence, but rather for fear that one day he would forget that in this most difficult time, so many people chose to stand by their side. His father asked, "Is this going to stop?" The mother just shook her head slowly. He doesn't know the answer. All he knew, every message that came in felt like one extra breath so that they could last one more day. On the other hand, Cha Eunwoo himself began to feel a different kind of pressure. Not the pressure of accusations, but rather of emotional responsibility. He felt as if thousands of people were putting their trust in him and his family. That trust feels heavier than condemnation. "I must not collapse," he once told his manager. "Not for myself, but for them." Some of Cha Eunwoo's close associates started speaking up in private. They do not appear at press conferences, do not make sensational uploads. They just send a direct message to the family. One wrote, "I've known Eunwoo since before he was famous. If it's about money, believe me, he is always careful. If it is about the value of life, it is even stricter." The message was read by his father in a quiet voice, almost trembling. Not out of fear, but out of gratitude that is difficult to express. What makes the public even more astonished is the attitude of the fans. Usually, tax issues will break support. This time, however, a silent movement appeared. Without